Let us read a small poem from Padyakhand or poetry, and this lesson belongs to olden poetry, that is Prachina Padya. This kavita is written by Mirabai, a very famous writer who belongs to Bhakti Shakha. Let us introduce first Meera and then let us talk about the lesson. Meera 1503-1546। मीराबाई का जन्म जोधपुर के चौकड़ी, इसको कुड़की भी कहा जाता है, गांव में 1503 में हुआ माना जाता है। It is said that Mirabai was born in Jodhpur of Rajasthan, and the name of the village is Chokdi. Chokdi is also known as Kudki, and she was born in the year 1503। 13 वर्ष की उम्र में मेवाड़ के महाराणा सांगा के कुंवर भोजराज से उनका विवाह हुआ। She was married to Maharana Sanga's son Bhojraj, and by the time she was married, she was just 13 years old. उनका जीवन दुखों की छाया में ही बीता। All her life was spent in so much of tragic, so much of sorrow and sad incidents. बाल्यावस्था में ही माँ का देहांत हो गया था। The first tragedy of her life starts with the sudden demise of her mother when she was a very very young girl. विवाह के कुछ ही साल बाद पहले पति, फिर पिता और एक युद्ध के दौरान श्वशुर का भी देहांत हो गया। It is said that soon after she got married, the first person to demise was her husband. After some time, her father, and because of the yuddham or war, even her father-in-law died, and she has now nobody in this world to whom she has to live for. भौतिक जीवन से निराश मीरा ने घर परिवार त्याग दिया और वृंदावन में डेरा डाल पूरी तरह गिरिधर गोपाल कृष्ण के प्रति समर्पित हो गई। It is said that when she lost all the very very important persons of her family, she lost interest in the life. She lost interest in physical life, and she wanted to go to Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh, and she went there and totally she spent her remaining life in Vrindavan only, and there she was dedicating herself in the name of Lord Krishna. Mirabai is one of the great devotees of Lord Krishna. मध्यकालीन भक्ति आंदोलन की आध्यात्मिक प्रेरणा ने जिन कवियों को जन्म दिया, उनमें मीराबाई का विशिष्ट स्थान है। It is said that in the medieval period in India there was a movement by name भक्ति movement. इसी को हम भक्ति आंदोलन बोलते। भक्ति आंदोलन has given inspiration to many poets. Many poets were inspired by this Bhakti movement, and Mirabai stands the highest of all the Bhakti movement poets. She is said to be almost a very very respectable person among all the Bhakti movement poets, and she got a very very good name also. इनके पद पूरे उत्तर भारत सहित गुजरात, बिहार और बंगाल तक प्रचलित है. Though she belonged to a place like Rajasthan, her works like Pad. Mira's work is known as Mira ke Pad. Her poetry is totally spread to North India, Gujarat, Bihar, and even to the eastern edge, Bengal. She is a very popular and famous writer of भक्ति काल. मीरा हिंदी और गुजराती दोनों की कवयित्री मानी जाती हैं. Not only Hindi people but also Gujarati people take her as their own poetess because she is excellent in Hindi and also excellent in Gujarati language. संत रैदास की शिष्या मीरा की कुल 7-8 कृतियाँ ही उपलब्ध है. It is said that this Mirabai is the student of Sant Raidas. Sant Raidas is her teacher and her books are available only in very less numbers like 7 or 8. मीरा की भक्ति दैन्य और माधुर्य भाव की है. In fact, her kavita is totally filled with 2 things. One is, submission to God, and one is sweetness, the melody of the songs, and her submission towards the supreme power is excellent and reflecting in each and every word of her work. इन पर योगियों, संतों और वैष्णव भक्तों का सम्मिलित प्रभाव पड़ा है. In fact, she is influenced by the people like Yogi. Who is Yogi? Yogi is a person with the utmost devotion towards God, has attained almost like moksha. Such kind of people are called yogis, and the influence of yogis is seen on Mirabai. Sant means who spent his total life in meditation, maybe tapasya, or maybe totally philosophical thinking. And Vaishnava Bhakt, which are almost like known as Vaishnavite people, who believe that Lord Vishnu is the only God who is ruling the whole universe. Such people are called Vaishnavite people, and the Vaishnava devotees also could influence Mirabai very largely. मीरा के पदों की भाषा में राजस्थानी, व्रज और गुजराती का मिश्रण पाया जाता है. As I told you, she is an excellent writer with knowledge of 3 languages. Her language is a mix of Rajasthani vocabulary, Braj Bhasha, and also Gujarati, Bihari and Rajasthani languages are mixed in her works. वहीं पंजाबी, खड़ी बोली और पूर्वी के प्रयोग भी मिल जाते हैं. See children, it's not only towards the east, even towards the west like Punjab, and even the words that are used mostly in khadi boli by our Sant Kavi, all these words are totally can be seen in her poetry. Let us try to just know a few words about her pad. कहते हैं, पारिवारिक संतापों से मुक्ति पाने के लिए मीरा घर द्वार छोड़कर वृंदावन में जा बसी थी और कृष्णमय हो गई थी. It's believed that, it is said that she wanted to get rid of all the worldly relations. She was in the loss of all the family members very fast in her life when she was very young, and just to come out of the sad feelings and to come out of all the family bonds, we call them पारिवारिक संताप. She wanted to come to, say, Brindavan, leaving her house, leaving her, say, other people surrounding, and all the things that are related to worldly matters. She left all those things and reached Brindavan. I think all of you know what is Brindavan. Brindavan is a place where Lord Krishna was believed to stay, and he was just making the time a very, very beautiful and very, very happy time with all the Gopa, Balika and Gopa, Bala. It's a place of mostly, I can say, the peak of love can be seen in Vrindavan. So she reached Vrindavan and she felt herself devoted to Lord Krishna. इनकी रचनाओं में इनके आराध्य कहीं निर्गुण निराकार ब्रह्मा. It is said that in her description of, say, the God, sometimes it was like nirguna nirakar. He did not possess any akaram or form. Nirguna, he did not have any guna or a specific character, and it is said to be Brahma. What is Brahma? Which is spread in the whole universe. Kahi saguna sakara gopi vallabha Sri Krishna. The God that was worshipped by Meera appears to be without any specific character, without any specific form, and he was said to be just Brahma. Sometimes the same God appears as if he is Saguna. Saguna means having a specific character. Sakar, having a specific form. And Gopi Vallabha Sri Krishna. He was named as Gopi Vallabha. Who is Gopi Vallabha? Who is said to be the, say, Pati of all the Gopa, Kanta. And the name of the God is Krishna. और कहीं निर्मोही परदेशी जोगी के रूप में संकल्पित किए गए हैं. Sometimes the same God is described in the words of Mirabai like Nirmohi. Nirmohi means who did not have any temptation, any moham. Moham is extreme love or extreme kind of desires, whatever it is. This God was said to be having no such kind of any temptations. And Paradesi Yogi, the Yogi or the Yogi, the saint who belongs to other country but not this place, maybe a strange saint like. These many appearances are seen of the God that was worshipped by Mirabai. वे गिरिधर गोपाल के अनन्य और एकनिष्ठ प्रेम से अभिभूत हो उठी थी. See children, whatever may be the form, whatever may be the, say, appearance of the God, whatever may be the form of God, in the descriptions of Mirabai, in fact, she was said to be, say, uncompared devotee of Lord Krishna, and she overwhelms with the devotion towards Sri Krishna in all her kavita or maybe poems. प्रस्तुत पाठ में संकलित दोनों पद मीरा के इन्हीं आराध्य को संबोधित हैं. What we see in the present lesson, just only two pad are described in our lesson at the present time, and these two bits of her poetry are totally towards her a very, very, say, interesting and a very, very devoted God, that is Lord Krishna. She is addressing Lord Krishna in these two पद. मीरा अपने आराध्य से मनुहार भी करती है. Sometimes you know she will very much pamper her own god. लाड भी लड़ाती है. Sometimes she'll fight. She will talk to him in an angry mood. तो अवसर आने पर उलाहना देने से भी नहीं चूकती. If the situation demands, you know what Meera will do? She will also make a complaint towards the God. She loves, she makes a kind of pampering, and she also makes a complaint when the situation demands like that. उनकी क्षमताओं का गुणगान स्मरण करती हैं. You know, she will praise the skill of God. She will praise the power of God, and she always recollects his great deeds. तो उन्हें उनके कर्तव्य याद दिलाने में भी देर नहीं लगाती. Not only these children, she talks in a way how a mother talks to the child. A mother reminds the child about the duties the child has to perform. Meera talks to God in that way also. She'll just warn the child to do this and that and this and that. Why are you so negligent? Go and do this, go and do that. How a mother just makes a warning to the child. Meera warns the God. The ultimate supreme power God is even warned by Meera. This is all because of excess of devotion towards God. I think you can understand her bhakti knows no boundaries. Her bhakti has no specific definition like a God and a devotee. She becomes a mother, she becomes a love, and she becomes even the most beloved pampering parent. And she also becomes like a guide to the student. In these many forms we can understand what is the nature of Meerabai towards the ultimate God. Now let us go into the lesson. The first pad. Pad means words. Pad is a style of writing like doha, like kavita, like say any other form of poetry. Pad is a kind of poem which has no restriction of number of lines, but it has certainly the rules like say prosody, and it has no restriction of number of lines. The first pad goes with 5 lines, where the second one goes with more than 13 lines. There is no such restriction of lines, but the rhythm and other things are followed as usual like other poems. The first pad goes like this. Hari aap haro janari bhir. She is now addressing the God in the name Hari. Who is Hari? Hari is Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is said to be, say, the other form of Krishna. So she is calling Hari and telling like this. Aap haro janari bhir Draupadi ri laaj rakhi aap badhayo cheer. She is telling, yes, oh Lord, you make people become so courageous, so confident about themselves. You know, I listened that when Draupadi, the wife of 5 Pandavas, was about to lose her respect, about to lose her, I tell you, the utmost respect of the family. I know, oh Hari, you are the person to extend her a lot of help by providing number of saris till this Dushyasana, who was the person to just insult her by dragging away her sari. Yeah, oh Hari, it was you who provided her innumerable saris. Till Dushyasana got fainted because he could not make any kind of insult to Draupadi. I know, O Lord Vishnu, you are such a great God. I know you make people become confident by helping in, say, inexpressible way. I know God. भगत कारण रूप नरहरि धरयो आप sharir. It is because of a devotee, like a small boy. I think all of you know the story of Prahlada. Prahlada, who was a small boy, who was the son of a demon by name Hiranyakashyap. When he was in a problem, his father asked him, "Oh, my dear son, when you are talking about Vishnu, Vishnu all the time, Hari, Hari, you are telling, can you show me in this pillar?" Then Prahlada said, "Oh, sure, I can show Hari wherever you ask me to show." And when that boy said confidently, "I can show him anywhere," what did you do? Bhagata Karana Rupa Narahari. You have taken the avatara of Narahari. I know you were in the form of half man and half lion. We call it Narasimha. Dhariyo Aap Sharir. Yes, you took another avatara of Narasimha and you saved your devotee, the small boy Prahlada. Budhato Gajiraj Rakyo Kati Kunjar Peer. O Lord Vishnu, I know about your Karunantarangam. You are a kind person. Your heart is full of mercy. Yes, even when a great elephant, which was said to be Gajaraja, Gajendra we call it, when she was suffering, when he was caught by a crocodile, and when this Gajaraja was yelling and yelling, you went there by yourself to release this great elephant Gajendra. Budhato Gajaraja Rakyo. In order to just protect that Gajaraja, what happened? Kati Kunjarapir. You were the person who just used the chakram, your chakram, and because of that chakram, totally the neck of the crocodile, which was catching hold of the leg of the elephant, was cut. And this is your kindness. Oh God, Hari, I am not able to describe what is the limit of your mercy. You are Bhakta Sulabha, you are Karunya Hridaya. I know God. Dasi Meera Lal Giridhar Haro Mhari Bhir. Oh Hari, I request you only a very simple thing, where your mercy has no limits. Please, please, oh Hari, please take away my sadness. Please relieve me of my problems. Please relieve me from my all kind of pathetic things. I am your Dasi. This is kind of, say, I told you, submission. This is called Dasya Bhakti. A Bhakta becomes a slave to the God. This kind of system is called Dasa Bhakti, we call. Like your Dasa, I request you, I beg you, oh God, make me a courageous person. I am totally, say, very much sad. Please take away all my sorrows and make me a bold person. How you made, say, a lot of help to Draupadi, a lot of help to Prahlada, a lot of help to Gajendra. Today, I beg you, oh God, give me also courage. Make me also relieved of all my problems. Oh Hari, I am your Dasi. I am your slave. I am your servant. She is telling like that. In this first pad, now we see Meera as a Dasa Bhakta and submission of herself to God, totally 100% submission. This is what we can observe in the first part of the pad. Now coming to the second pad. श्याम म्हाने चाकर राखो जी. Here now her way of praying is totally different. In the first pad she appeared herself to be a very great submissive devotee. Now what she is telling here, she is describing what is the beautiful loving nature of Krishna, and she is taking other side of the coin. She is going like a very great love of Krishna. You know what is love? Lover is a, say, masculine gender. Love is a feminine gender. She wants to submit herself like a love of Krishna. Here we see the romantic thinking of Meera towards God. As I told you, she takes him like Gopi Vallabha Sri Krishna, the husband of all the Gopika or all the cowherd girls. In that form she is taking him now. She is telling Syam. Syam means who was Lord Krishna, who appeared like Neela Megha or a black cloud. Black cloud is said to be the comparison of the body color of Shyam. Shyama is black. But the most beautiful personality of Krishna is described through the word Shyam. Shyam Mane Chakar Rakho ji. Save me, O Lord. Rakho means Raksha Karo. Giridhari Lala Mane Chakar Rakho ji. Save me. Please take care of me. O Giridhar. Giridhari means who could lift the Govardhana mountain on the, say, small finger. It's called the little finger. On his little finger, he lifted the Govardhana Parvatam to save the Gopalaka and all the go, that is, say, suffering from the Indra's stone rain. Hail, we say in English. So, she is taking the name of now Giridhari. How you saved the Gopalakas with the, say, lifting of Giri, please save me also, O Giridhari. Chakar Rahasyum Bag Lagasyum. Please, O Krishna, please be with me. Be in the Vanam, be in this Udyana Vanam, and Nita Utha Darishana Pasyum. Give me darshan. Are, come in front of my eyes. How much I pray you, O Krishna, never, never you come into my vision. Please come and stand in front of me. I want to see your beautiful Rupam. Bindaravanari Kunj Gali me. You have, I know, one Tulsi Mala in your neck. You know what is Tulsi Mala? We call it Vanamala. Tulsi is a holy plant which we worship every day in our Indian tradition. This Tulsi ki Mala you are wearing and you are moving in the Vrindavan. You see everyone, oh Krishna, I really get angry with you. Why you don't come into my, say, vision? Sumarana Pasyu Kharchi. I always take your name. I always pray to you. I always make your memories only in my heart. Why you are not coming into my presence? Bhava Bhagati Jagiri Pasyu. I tell you, Krishna, I promise you that the juicy and the tender and the feelings that come, the emotions that come in my mind, I will fill my kingdom of my mind, my alochana, everything I will fill only with your memories. My kingdom of emotions is filled with your tender, say, thoughts. Oh Krishna, please please come into my presence. Teenu bata sarasi. I tell you, every time, in all the time of days, months, maybe years together, I pray you, I have been praying, and I will be praying to you, oh my God. More mugut pitambar sauhe. I know you have a coronet on your head which is called mukut. Mukut means like a crown, but not as big as a crown of king. He wears a small crown. Have you ever seen Krishna's idol? Have you ever seen the picture of Krishna? Krishna, though he was looking like a small boy, he'll have a crown on the forehead. It's called coronet in English. Mukutamu we say in Telugu, and mukut in Hindi also. And this more mukut, you know, you also have some the tail of more. उसको हम क्या बोलते, मोर बोलते, and in Telugu we call it pinchamu. The tail part of the peacock is worn by Krishna on the coronet. Oh Krishna, oh my beautiful, oh my lovely God, please, please, more mugut pitambar. You are wearing pitambaram. What is pitam? Pitam is yellow. हम उसको पीला बोलते, पीला. What vastram you are wearing is yellow color silk cloth. The yellow color silk cloth is called pitambar. And Krishna को क्या बोलते, पीताम्बर धारी. Oh my God, you are wearing yellow color say cloth on the body. You are wearing a coronet with peacock tail. Gal Vaijanti Mala. I know what is shining on your chest is Vaijayanti Mala. Vaijayanti is a kind of flower, a beautiful sweet smelling flower. You wear the mala which is made up of Vaijayanti flowers. Bindaravan me dhenu charave. You, God, I always say, see you moving in the Vrindavanam, always taking care of dhenu. Dhenu means cows, oxen, whatever it is. I look at you like a caretaker of dhenu. Mohan Muraliwala. And I can listen, I can experience the most melodious flute that is played by you. Mohan, Mohana means which attracts, which takes away from our own senses, and it makes us almost like unconscious. With your Murali Ganam, O Krishna, why do you make me get attracted towards it? O Krishna, please come to my presence. Why do you just hide like this? Uncha uncha mahal banawa bich bich rakhu bari. She is telling uncha uncha mahal means maybe you are living in a very big mansion. You are a rich person. I know you are born in the family of kings. You are a prince, and perhaps you are the king. You live in a very high and a very large mansion. Maybe bichi bichi rakhu bari. But please look out. Please take care of your bhakta, and you take time to attend your devotees. Oh God, Samariya Ra Darshan Pasyu. How can I get your darshan? Oh God, tell me how I can see you. Tell me how I can have your darshanam. Pahar Kusumbi Sadi. I know this is say a kind of a dukkham she is expressing. Oh God, how can I have your darshan? Tell me what kind of measures I will take. आधी रात प्रभु दर्शन दीजियो जमुना जी रे तीरा. Krishna, please tell me one thing. If I come to the bank of Yamuna river in the midnight, is it possible for you to come in my presence? Krishna, it is Adhi Raat, in the midnight time. If I come to the bank of Yamuna river, can I see you? Can I have your darshan? Can I have your vision? Oh God, please tell me. Meera ra Prabhu Giridhar Nagar Hivado Ghano Adhira. Oh Krishna, I want to tell you only one thing. I am very much sad. I am very much, tell you, totally filled with tragic thoughts. I am not at all happy. I am not at all peaceful. Please, Krishna, tell me, my Lord. She is telling, Meera ke Prabhu. Oh Prabhu, you are my Prabhu. You are my own. You are my God. And tell me, I am very sad. Please come to my presence to make me at least happy. Oh Krishna, I am so much worried about your darshan. Please come to my presence, make me happy, take away all my sorrows, and prove yourself that you are great Giridhara Gopal. Oh Krishna, I beg you, I pray you, please come to my presence. Please give me your, beautiful, holy, and perfect darshan. Then I feel I am a little bit successful person. Oh Krishna, please. So she is struggling for his darshan and she is praising him. Sometimes she is even just getting angry with him. She is requesting him. She is almost like fighting against all her, badha, dukkham or sorrow. This way, Meera proves herself an excellent and uncomparable bhakti, and this kind of bhakti kavita is said to be pad in our literature. So Meera's poems are said to be Meera ke pad. What we can just learn from her pad is a real devotee can treat God in any way possible. When our devotion is having no limits, we can see God in different forms. That is what Meera shows in her poems. Did you understand the poem correctly, children? Thank you very much. Please read the poem once again, because the language is full of different vocabulary like Gujarati, Rajasthani, Khadiboli, Vraj, and even some Hindi words are there. Okay, read the poem once again and try to get the summary of the poem.